You are listening to a pleasure podcast. For more from our sex podcast collective, visit pleasurepodcasts.com.
I acknowledge that I'm a sensitive guy, but you make me out. You're like the animator, outlining the tiniest dick on me. I have a normal sensitivity.
All right, so how was your camping experience?
I didn't sleep at all. It's uncomfortable to talk about sex, but sometimes it's important to get uncomfortable. Sex Talk with My Mom is the best mom-son podcast about sex.
It's the only one as well.
My mother is a cougar.
My son is a clown.
In a nutshell, my dad died, so my mother decided to create a YouTube channel all about sex, like all mothers do.
And then my son decides to use my material in his stand-up comedy routines.
And thus, Sex Talk with My Mom was born. Welcome to Sex Talk with My Mom. I'm Cam Potter.
And I'm Karen Lee Potter. Start me up. Woo!
Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. It's my delight to be talking to my mother once a week, sometimes twice a week, about sexual intercourse and all things related to it.
Intercourse. What is that?
It's sexual intercourse.
Yeah, you've turned into some sort of a New Yorker.
How are you doing, Mother?
I'm just doing great. I'm not doing that great because I didn't get a lot of sleep last night. I was a little concerned about shit.
What were you concerned about?
Should we just dive into what my concern was?
I'd love to hear about your concerns.
You and your siblings came over last night to have a little rooftop dining.
I just out of curiosity, is this going to have anything to do with sex or anything related to sex? Remember that the theme of this podcast for the past 5 years has been sex talk with my mother.
Okay. I don't believe that there is any sex involved, but it could be because I'm not sure what the reason for the stabbing was.
All right. What the fuck?
Okay. That's my concern. My concern is that apparently what?
No, keep going. I'm going to find the connection between the stabbing, whatever the fuck you're about to talk about, and sex.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure why the stabbing occurred, but there was a stabbing. And,
Mom,
stabbing involves...
no one knows what you're talking about right now.
Apparently, there's an app that you can find out if there's any kind of violence in your area.
The Citizen app.
It's called the Citizen app, and I don't have one, but your sister, of course, is on high alert and has it at all times. She's checking it.
Yeah, and we'll be hanging out, and then she'll suddenly be like, "Oh, there was a stabbing half a mile away from here."
Yeah. So
and that's what happened last night.
Yeah, I get it. I didn't. At first it didn't register because I had a couple glasses of wine. That it didn't register that there was anything that major because it was just But then I find out that there was something to be concerned about because your siblings, your younger brother Jingle and his girlfriend Jangle, were walking away from my building and saw blood on the street, and then your sister sends me this little video of people recording the ambulances outside, and apparently there was a stabbing.
Yeah.
Of unknown origin, which could be a sexual stabbing. I don't know. I don't have any clue who was stabbed and who did the stabbing or what the purpose of the stabbing was or why there was a stabbing.
So let me tell you from my perspective what happened. So we had a family dinner. It was lovely. And we come outside, and my mother lives in the butthole of Los Angeles, Hollywood.
It's called Halloween every day.
Called Hollywood, the butthole. And it's quite dangerous sometimes, So we come out of your building, we park in the street, and my Jingle and Jangle, the siblings are walking. You get it. They're walking to their car. They call me. I don't know why they never wait for me because I'm obviously solo, being the solo lone wolf that I am.
Because
the only one.
They know that if there was any kind of danger, you would leap across and over a building before going to rescue them.
Well, they called me and they're like, "Hey, do you see this blood trail that we're following right now?"
Oh my God!
And I was like, "Oh, I didn't notice it. I'm gonna get to my fucking car."
Look on it. Just like on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being faster than the speed of light. How fast did you run when you heard this?
I was feeling pretty good, so I just.
What number? What number were you at?
Oh, I was in a sprint.
You were. It's like an 8 or a 9.
Yeah, I was cheetah mode. I was sprinting, but I was also justifying in my head all the other things that could have led to this fresh blood trail. For example, someone had a period and it was just seeping down their leg, and it's the most innocuous thing that I could have thought of. What else is going to be blood? Someone got a paper cut? Blood all the way down the street? It was near
a Trader Joe's. Someone bought some meat, and it was just still blood was dripping out of the whatever steak they bought.
That's great. This is, Mom, honestly,
right.
I don't love this start to the episode.
Oh, here we go again. All right. Well, the bottom line is
what
that
do you
I
love
woke
this
up
start
in
to
the
the
middle of the
episode?
night. I just
the
woke
fucking podcast is called Sex Talk with My Mom. We just both reiterated the same story, neither of which was that funny.
Okay. I'm not even talking about funny. I'm just talking about it. I was a little concerned because I don't, at 3 and 4 in the morning, want to see texts going, yeah, it was a little scary because there was blood on the ground. And all of a sudden it dawned on me that I am putting you at risk every time I tell you guys to come see me.
Don't worry. I immediately downloaded the Citizen app after my sister sent that, and spent a good half hour getting very concerned about all of the crime that's occurring in the city. It's funny that the two hotspots in the city at that exact moment were your apartment building, right around there, and literally outside of my apartment building.
Oh my
There was
God.
a nice assault going on, apparently. I immediately deleted the app. I said, this is not going to be helpful to me or my anxiety.
I agree. So that did not help me when I woke up at 3 in the morning and saw texts after I had already passed out about what was going on between the two of you. It freaked me the fuck out, and I thought about moving.
And I got to feel... You thought about moving because of
Yes,
this?
I think
I've been
that
thinking
maybe
about
I should
moving
move
nonstop.
Okay, let's hear about where you're moving to.
I've been searching the fucking apartments.com app, checking out apartment listings. If anyone knows of any great one-bedroom apartments in Los Angeles, let me know.
Well,
I can't seem to find shit.
I'm a little PO'd that you missed out on an incredible opportunity.
What?
That one of the guys from Animal Kingdom was renting out his apartment, and you did not take him up on that offer.
I would have taken him up. He said that he was... Why do we have to share this? Again, this is not... interesting. We're not giving them the content they need. Can we start it up?
Let's
start me up. Oh, welcome to Sex Talk with My Mom. We're talking about sex on a weekly basis. We're doing it all over fucking again.
No, why?
Because it was boring as fuck the first 10 minutes of this episode. Has this been 10 minutes of shit?
First of all, I didn't think it was
almost
boring.
10 minutes of fucking shit.
All right. You know what? All right, fine. Just be critical.
All right. I would like to talk about something sex related, if you will.
All right. I got some mom's news.
No, we're not jumping to mom's news.
Okay, what?
Is, mom's news comes at least halfway through after we do the life updates. What are you going to start? Immediately go to mom's news.
All right, I was about to go there, but okay, I'm not
Start
going
me
to
up.
Woo!
Welcome to Sex Talk with My Mom. I'm Cam Potter.
And I'm Karen Lee Potter.
We're chatting about sex fucking 8 times today because my mother can't stay on the topic.
Yeah, I'm a little ADD and a little it could be because at 3 in the morning I couldn't go. I had to go. I woke up freaking out. And
Are
had
you
to
going
take
down this route again?
No, I just wanted to say I had to take 2 Tylenol, and then that didn't work because an hour and a half later I had to take a quarter Klonopin. So I did finally go back to sleep, in case you were wondering.
How are you functioning right now?
Not well. That's why I need another cup of coffee.
Yeah.
I'm speedballing.
Speedballing.
All right. So what's up with you? What's going on in your mind?
I have been on the dating apps.
Which ones?
Just Hinge. And I have to say, Mother, you gave me some great advice by telling me that my Hinge profile was shit and I should just restart an entirely new one.
I can't believe I actually gave some good advice. I am
You gave
shocked.
Phenomenal advice.
2 years ago, I gave you that advice. You and Reen from Second City. I gave you both the same advice. Don't put clown pictures on your app, which you're trying to get people to be attracted to you.
Well, in those 2 years, I don't think I fucking got one match on the fucking app.
But
then
now?
I use our business account, my business phone number, set up a whole new account, pretending like it's not the same person.
Mom? Yes, Text Mom
I
is your
use
Hinge.
Yes Text Mom.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Yeah, I used Yes Text Mom to create an entirely new account, and I just put up very sexy pictures of myself. One of which is a moving picture, which I think is quite compelling because I notice when I see girls with moving pictures, like just, and I'm not talking about videos. I'm talking about just, you think it's a picture, but then they're just kind of moving slightly. It's very eye-catching. It reminds me of Harry Potter a little bit.
Like live burst on the iPhone.
A little bit like that, yeah.
Right, yeah, I know about that.
So that's a great move. And
Great
next thing
tip
you know,
for all you people wanting to attract people.
I have never had a better dating experience in my life.
Meaning that you've been going on lots of dates.
Not so many, but it's better than in the pre-COVID when I was fucking, trying to meet someone at a bar, have an awkward conversation. Oh, it's just horrible. It's just meeting someone at a party. They don't know if you just are going to be friends. Then you ask them for drinks. You got to go plan the drinks. You go meet them the drinks. You got to worry about your shoes you're wearing.
Does this have to do with you being cheap too?
Yeah, you got to worry about who's going to be paying. She's going to get fucking 10 drinks I have to fucking foot the bill for.
That $13 a crack.
That's exactly right. So then you fucking fire up the FaceTime. You get to sit there intimately, good lighting. You get to see what their room looks like.
This is sort of like what I thought about doing as a career years ago. Video dating.
I cannot get enough. I know that some of my friends hate the FaceTiming. Like they can't stand seeing themselves and sitting. But I think that's part of it. Seeing how comfortable someone is sitting in their own shoes.
Well, you got an advantage that you've been doing, live streaming and video work all, for the last several years.
Yeah.
So you're much more comfortable in front of the camera than everybody else.
My friend is a fucking commercial actor. And he still.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. Yeah. But it's different if you're an actor then versus if you're just actually like speaking about your own life.
But I think that's it. I think it's good to know how comfortable that.
So have you met any women?
Yes, I have.
And
so far, I've met 2 people who I think are phenomenal.
That's great.
Yeah.
I like that it's not just one either. You got choices.
Thank you, Mom. And anyway, I just think this is a phenomenal time. It's very convenient. Everyone's on the fucking app because you can't meet anyone else outside of that.
And you can't you also can't base it all on their figure because you don't know what's underneath like the neck.
They have no clue how tall I am, how big my penis is. It's absolutely perfect.
How big your penis is.
Speaking of which.
What?
We had, do you know where I'm going with this?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Here's a little update that we've been beating around the bush.
We're switching gears. We're off of the dating apps and we're on to representations of ourselves.
Okay. So as you know, my mother and I have been working tirelessly to create an animated version of this podcast.
Which you might be seeing on one of your major networks one of these days.
So we're working with a producer. The producer hired an animator. The animator has been animating different versions of our characters. It's very fun. This is a very exciting. I can't believe after 5 years we're actually fucking doing this.
It's exciting.
It's
and all you sneaky little freaks you're going to be part of this whole process with us, hearing about it bit by bit.
And you guys made this possible,
ups and downs,
honestly.
Trials and tribulations.
We could not have done this without you guys.
Nope, we could not have.
I mean, you guys are what kept us going for 5 years, and it's not like we're going to stop suddenly. But I'm just saying that this is. I'm very excited to see this next iteration.
No, don't even think about stopping because if anything, I'm doing it so that the podcast grows. So, the podcast is my baby, otherwise known as the Golden Goose.
Okay, so we had this animator animate us. We got the first iteration. It was pretty good. Of the character designs.
Yeah. It was. All of these were great. Okay, she's very talented. I gotta tell you something.
It was very good, I should say.
Extremely well.
Your notes were, you do not look sexy enough.
That's right. I have to look sexy.
You were very upset about the slight eye bags that she gave you.
No, what slight?
There were slight eye bags.
Granted, like when you're looking at a cartoon of yourself, you're thinking this is how you look to the outside world when it's a cartoon. So, but I still, as a vain person that I am, was not happy that I had spent money to have my eye bags removed and now they're back.
She was trying to indicate age.
Well, okay.
That you're older than me.
That's fine, okay? But meanwhile, she made you look...
I looked okay. The producer said I didn't look nearly as neurotic and Jewish as he would have liked me to look.
Right, and I don't really like the term looking Jewish, to be honest with you, because it's just...
Jews have a very particular look. I swear to God.
It signifies like, I don't know. A lot of people don't think...
Jews can be very good looking.
If you're... Yeah, but if you're exemplifying things that, like are not considered to be attractive, like a very, very big nose.
Well, okay, so the second iteration, she made me way more Jewish, and I literally looked like the goofiest rabbi you could ever imagine. With a huge schnoz.
You looked like if Woody Allen in his younger days. This is how you looked.
And I want to say, by the way, we love this animator. Or
she's great.
These.
It's not her fault because we told her what to do, and
she did exactly what
we told her to do. Right. And meanwhile, so I ended up in the second iteration, looking like Betty Boop, which is what we told her to do.
You had the biggest fucking boobs.
I know, and I was like 7 feet tall.
Your waist was smaller than your neck.
You got that from someone else who saw it.
From Jangle.
Okay. But anyway, the point being is that I looked too good.
It was very funny. And I noticed that she decided to include a little impression around my penis area.
Why were you looking down there?
Why was I looking down there? Because I don't know why that detail needed to be put in, that I had the tiniest little pecker. It was like a tiny little outline of my dick. It was like the tiniest dick cartoon you could ever imagine.
You took offense?
I mean, I didn't take offense. There was some accuracy to the situation, but I did ask her for the third iteration to elongate. Why can't you just give me something? Give me something to work with.
Even with a cartoon.
Even with a cartoon, you can't just say, okay, in this fake reality, Cam is going to have a fucking
9-inch dick,
a normal size penis.
All right, so
my penis size is normal. I am just joking.
Yeah, you're killing your two potentials that you have going on in the
I will show you my penis. If I'm on the chopping block because of my penis size, I'll do a fucking FaceTime to show you my penis that's average.
Who are you showing your penis to right now?
If someone's gonna stop dating me because they're concerned my penis is too small, I'll give them a penis check.
Do you realize that
this is a normal penis?
Do you realize that all the sneaky freaks listening to this think you're talking to them, that you are now going to start showing your penis to anybody that is concerned?
This only applies to people that I'm dating that are thinking, he seems like a great guy, but I just don't know about that penis size.
Yeah. I mean, we're going to go through that route. I have to go through that route with you now? I have enough with all the people on my YouTube channel asking about penis size and how important it is. And I finally got them to stop asking because I've done video after video with different people, sexologists, porn stars, urologists, all saying that size doesn't matter. Now you're concerned?
I don't think size matters. But if there's someone who I like spending time with who thinks size matters, I'll prove to them the size is not that inadequate.
Okay. You only asked your brother about this one too many times.
I did. Yeah.
Okay, so
it's a weird little fucking non sequitur that you put in there, mother.
When you made the clone of Willie.
Okay.
Okay. Here's the deal.
A tangent.
We went off on a tangent, but the bottom line is that we do have now a third iteration, which is really good.
And it's going to become a fourth iteration that I think is going to be perfect.
What, are you going to ask her to make your dick bigger in it? No, you're not going to do that.
No, she's making the fourth iteration.
Okay. I thought it's really good the way it is.
All right.
But anyway, we're excited. We have a very excellent representation of each other right now because I look proportionate. I do. I look pretty good. I look really good, actually. I look like about...
You look younger than me.
I do look younger than you. And I like that. I'm sorry. I like that iteration. All right, but who cares? The point is that we got a good team going over there.
We got a great team.
So, how was your weekend, by the way?
My weekend?
Yeah. It was Labor Day weekend. How was it?
It was 115 degrees. 115 degrees in my apartment without AC. So I had to get the fuck out.
I asked you many times if you wanted to sleep in the podcast room, and you declined.
I got the fuck out. I went camping, actually.
Now, when you told me this, by the way, I immediately thought that was not the greatest idea for someone who has problems sleeping.
Why the fuck does everyone think that I can't camp?
Because you have, like myself, have very difficult time sleeping in any kind of new environment.
You got this image of me. I don't know where you got this fucking image that I'm just completely way oversensitive to any of the elements. That I'm overly
Where
nervous.
did I get this from?
I don't know where you got this. That I would be sprinting like at the speed of light when I see blood, or that I can't sleep on outdoors. I don't know why the fuck where you got these ideas.
Sneaky freaks right now that are listening to this are probably like banging their head against the wall right now. They're like, oh my God, I can't believe that Cam is actually denying that he has extreme sensitivity to all his senses and that he has difficulty sleeping. We've talked about it on the podcast more than 100% of the time. Is that possible?
I acknowledge that I'm a sensitive guy, but you make me out. You're like the animator, outlining the tiniest dick on me. I have a normal sensitivity.
All right. So how was your camping experience?
I didn't sleep at all. Honestly, I slept 5 minutes every hour. Everyone woke up in the morning completely well rested. We slept on the beach in these beautiful. It was cool. You could hear the ocean. I was completely by myself. I had all of the essentials. I even purchased a tent for this experience.
Wait, what was going on when you were like, what was the looping thoughts that were going on while you were trying to sleep?
There was no looping thoughts. It was
you were
just
wide awake.
I was wide awake.
On high
Not
alert.
even close. I mean, I can't sleep in a hotel the first night I stay there. It could be at the nicest Four Seasons. I wouldn't be able to sleep there.
But we researched and we found out there's good biological reasons for this.
Oh, the evolutionary
Back from the cave,
bullshit.
The cavemen, when they were in a new campsite, would be taking turns staying up all night waiting for intruders. So you're still a caveman.
I was standing vigil.
For the whole group. Everybody in the group was sleeping, snoring, fucking in their tents, and you were doing what? You're on high alert.
I was tossing and turning in my fucking tent. Thank God I wasn't sharing it with anyone, because they would have been so livid. The amount of turning that was going on. Isn't there a song like that?
Tossing and turning.
What the fuck is that song?
I don't know. I made that up.
Thought there's a turning. Is that like a Jewish day school song?
Turning. No, that's it. I think that's from like a Broadway show.
That's what I was thinking. That's pretty good. It's a good reference.
Yeah.
You didn't think I had it in me.
No.
Anyway,
it's from Les Mis.
Okay, there it is.
Unbelievable.
Boom.
I can't remember what I did yesterday, and I remembered the line from Les Mis.
So I'm setting up the tent. Listen to this shit. I buy this tent. Of course, I perseverate over it for weeks. I finally call the tent company to find out which they'd recommend. I buy the perfect tent for myself. It comes right in the nick of time. I go to set it up on the beach. It's used.
Oh.
It's a fucking used tent.
Ew.
I bought a new tent, and someone had been inside. There were pine needles. Like, what the fuck are there pine needles here? We're on the beach. Where did this pine come from? Pine needles,
somebody
and
might
dirt.
Somebody
all
might
over
have
the
fucked
floor.
in your tent.
And then I see there's
cum stains on your tent walls.
There's a warning label for an inflatable mattress. So someone was getting real cozy in there.
Oh.
Then I started thinking,
wait, did you have a mattress in there?
I had a sleeping pad.
Okay, wait a second. Did you just ask if they had COVID?
Because I'm thinking, who the fuck was using this tent before me?
So that made you very anxious, and you couldn't sleep for sure.
No, that was not why I couldn't sleep. I was standing vigil. But someone, the person next, there was a couple. It was me, by the way, me and 5 couples and one other single guy.
Oh.
One of the
That's
couples,
so awkward.
very awkward. I was literally 12th wheeling. One of the couples asked me in the morning, was that you standing by your tent at like 5 a.m.? I was like, yeah, you guys weren't up at 5 a.m.
With a
watching
rifle?
watching the moon on the water and any raccoon that might be passing by? They were not. They just wanted to pee, and they saw it was awkward because I was already up and standing there. It was actually quite beautiful. Anyway, I love camping. I don't know how I'm going to continue camping. I'm returning the tent.
I liked camping as long as I was in a Winnebago.
I can't sleep in a Winnebago.
Yeah, I probably couldn't either. I actually don't. I can't even sleep in my apartment anymore.
Yeah, you can't sleep in your apartment.
I just can't sleep in general. I thought I had the answer the other night. And then Dee's informed me because I thought it was like, oh, well, I had a really good night's sleep. And it might have been because I had like just one glass of wine and I was very...
Just one? What's going on there?
Oh, if I have two, then I'm not going to be able to sleep. But if I only had one glass of wine, I'm thinking that this was the answer. And then he informed me that I had taken a hit of weed. I forgot that I took the hit of weed. So I think I have the answer. I need to get high every fucking night.
No.
Then I gotta worry that I'm gonna damage my lungs, and then if I get COVID, then I'm dead.
What about your fucking brain?
Who cares about the brain? That's gone already. That's
Oh my
way
God.
gone. That's gone from all the partying in the days of my youth. Anyway,
Can I ask you something?
yes.
How do you deal with the fact when you're sleep deprived? Don't you get in a shitty foul mood?
No, I drink a lot of coffee.
I should have done that.
Yeah.
But then I do that and I get migraines, so you can't win.
I know that you have a problem getting cranky when you're sleep deprived.
Yeah. So, and then I felt like an asshole around my friends the next day.
Oh,
There's no winning.
They're gonna forgive you though. They know you're a good person.
I honestly think I need to limit the amount of time I spend with other humans. I think that I think I got like an hour a day that I could spend positively with other humans in a good frame of mind. And then I should just sit in my apartment and FaceTime with people otherwise. Or I'm much better that way.
FaceTime is intense. It's intense though. You have to like really focus.
That's how I am all the time.
I know, and I'm like the opposite because I'm multitasking. I'm TikToking. I'm doing all kinds of things like that.
You had a fun game last night.
I came up with some fun things to do.
Did you want to play this game with our audience?
Yes. Sneaky freaks. We played the game called Never in a Million. Would you ever in a million years think something like the like I started playing with these the other night. Would you ever in a million years think that you'd be living in Los Angeles? And
there's nothing logical about this game.
Thank
it
you.
doesn't follow the same rules every time.
I know.
It doesn't even have a standard name.
It doesn't have a standard name. That's what makes it so perfect. There's no rules. There's no winners. There's no losers.
So how do you play the game?
You just look at that. You can pick any person in the room.
Okay, right now it's just me and you.
Okay, so if I was playing with you, I would say, Cam, never in a million years would you ever think ever in a million years? See, I can't. That part is always a little dyslexic for me. Cam, Cam, never in a million years. Would you ever think in a million trillion years that you would be hosting a podcast with your mother? Huh? Would you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, you probably would not be thinking that.
Yeah. What is that? What? Wait, you're just supposed to allow me to answer. Why do you have to course correct? What is that about?
I thought we were trying to describe them how you play the game, but you're not being.
Wait, that's not how you play the game? That you say something along the lines of never or would you ever in a million years.
Yeah.
And you state something, and the other person responds saying yes or no, right?
All right. So your answer is
what
yes.
did I do wrong there?
You actually did it. You were accurate. You were correct in assuming that you should say yes or no. You don't even have to explain why you think that. But if you, I just have I would like to take it. I would like to disagree with you though.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Great.
Well, anyway,
And
it
then,
was
and then
a
it's
fun
my
game.
turn, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. This is where the game gets real fun. It becomes a person who has been asked to then reciprocate to someone
Yeah.
else in the group. Mother,
Yes.
never in a million years. Would you ever in a million years? How many times in a million years? Never ever million.
What?
Would you go this long without smoking weed at a concert?
Oh, that. I would never believe in a million years that I could go this long without smoking weed in a concert. I never. Okay, first of all, I don't never in a million years think I can go this long by not seeing a concert. Then outside of a video concert.
Right.
And second of all, I do smoke weed when I watch a video concert.
What?
Yeah.
Is that why you got high?
No. But when I saw the
You
Avett
just
Brothers
getting high all the fucking time now?
once a week.
Once a week?
One hit once a week. That's not a lot. And I don't really like take a deep inhale because I'm too paranoid that I'm going to start coughing and then I'm going to hurt my lungs. So I take a tiny hit. And that's good. That's enough for me.
Oh
right.
my God.
Um,
You watched the Avett Brothers concert?
I watched it. This was 2 months ago when I watched it. It was phenomenal.
Of course.
Can we talk about other phenomenal things that have really piqued my interest?
Sure.
Peaky Blinders.
Oy vey.
Don't oy vey me. It is such. It's a historical show. It's historical in nature.
Why all of
I
our
mean-
family dinners now are just about TV, which only you and a few others members of the family have seen,
Basically, just me and Dee's.
and Jangle sometimes. Jingle and Jangle sometimes. I've
Jingle and
watched it.
Jangle. I'll watch TV.
But meanwhile,
I like it because there's some unbelievable sex scenes in that.
why don't you just watch porn?
No,
Why do you have to watch Peaky Blinders to get turned on?
because of the guy named Cillian Murphy. Cillian plays, apparently, he played the two sociopaths prior to this. He was in
wow.
Batman Returns and things like that. I've done some studying and I think I figured out why I'm so attracted to him.
You love the bad boys.
Love the bad boys, and he looks like Bobby Sherman. Bobby Sherman is Bobby Sherman was when I was a teenager.
Who the fuck is Bobby Sherman?
He was on Jeremy on Here Come the Brides. I think it was called Here Come the Brides. Yeah.
Is that what my brother's name is named after?
Yes.
No way.
Yeah. Bobby Sherman. He played a character called Jeremy.
Is that really what you named Gerald after?
Yes. I don't know if I told your dad this, but that was definitely. Anyway, I figured out. I saw a picture of him in his younger days, or maybe it was current days, because his hair was long like Bobby Sherman's, and he looked like him. Oh,
I thought Bobby Sherman was the guy you went to high school with.
no, he was a heartthrob. Teen magazines and stuff like that. Anyway, it was. I figured out that there's so much good dysfunctional stuff going on in that family that you can't not like it, and the acting is great, and apparently it's in production now for the next season. I'm so psyched, and it had like
Mom,
political statements going on.
Mom.
I like it. Okay, what?
moveon.org.
All right, we always get asked the same question: how do I spice up my sex life? And I think Dipsy has the answer.
Dipsy, our favorite audio app, is definitely the answer to spice up your sex life. Whether you're alone or with a partner, this app is full of short, sexy stories and guided sessions designed to turn you on. And I'd like to share a little story about those sexy stories.
Oh boy.
I decided I wanted to take out the Dipsy app because I hadn't masturbated in about 8 months. I fired up the Dipsy app, and you won't believe what I listened to.
I'm gonna take a wild guess and say yoga. A yoga instructor.
No, it was not a yoga instructor. They have all these stories categorized.
Yeah.
I saw there was one called Behind Closed Doors. This one is tagged as her plus him, dominance, rough.
You picked dominance plus rough?
I didn't know if I was going to enjoy it. I wouldn't say that my sex is always classified as dominant and rough, but this was a wonderful foray into that realm. I got to learn, what is the dirty talk like? What are they talking about in these environments? It was a great learning experience, and it turned me the fuck on.
You masturbated.
Yeah, I masturbated.
That's awesome, Cam. I'm very
Thank
impressed.
you, Mother. I think you're going to really enjoy Dipsy, whether it's just for self-pleasure or for education. And right now, you can get 30 days for free. Dipsy is offering a 30-day free trial when you go to dipsystories.com/mom. That's 30 days for free. I don't know why you wouldn't do this.
That is a tremendous idea.
All you got to do is go to DIPSEA stories.com/mom, M-O-M. Dipsystories.com/mom.
Can I talk about some other stuff that went on this week?
Yeah.
I've decided to give no fucks about what bathing suits I'm wearing. I am wearing skimpy
God.
bathing suits because people
Skimpy
I
bathing
notice,
suits.
Yeah, I notice people at my pool are walking around and literally it looks like they're not even wearing bathing suits.
Did you order a thong bathing suit?
No, nothing like that. But I ordered one that was a lot skimpier, like a lot sexier than my typical bathing suit.
Oh my God.
And you know what? I'm proud of it. I decided.
How do you know? First of all, how do you know it's going to fit you?
That's what I do. I order like 3 bathing suits and hope one will fit.
So you try them on and you send it back, and they send that. So what? This is worse than the tent. You might be getting a bathing suit that someone else, many other people might have tried on.
I thought of this.
It's disgusting.
And I also know that they have like a little like liner in there. And I was thinking to myself, is this liner like filthy? You know, it's like wearing gloves. Why are you wearing gloves if you might as well just have your hands be bare?
I'm just horrified.
Yeah, I don't know what to do about that. But anyway, I did go in the swimming pool full of chlorine, so I think it's clean.
So it ended up looking good.
I thought it looked great. I got thumbs up from all the friends at the pool. And I met a new friend, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. She's a Russian woman. And I really had a nice talk with her because we were speaking about the importance of if things aren't going great in your life, she's with someone who has cancer, that she should go out and find some fun.
What?
Yes, I'm a new
kind of
life
fun?
coach to people in my pool.
What kind of fun are you talking about?
I think she should, maybe find like someone, to hang out with, have a drink with.
Her husband's dying. She's going to go fuck someone else?
I didn't say that.
It sounds like that.
That if there are things going on that, both of you guys have realized, there's an end here, that, it's time to have a talk about your happiness.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's a wild idea and a little tragic, a little loving. Okay, imagine this, Mother.
Oh, what?
You're dying.
I know. I thought about this, and you're saying Dee should. I would tell Dee to go out and fuck somebody. Why not?
How many years into your cancerous death?
Like 5.
5 years
No,
in.
I'm just kidding. Like, I literally think it's a discussion everybody should have.
At what age?
It doesn't matter about what age. It matters about
It's terminal. Is it a terminal diagnosis?
And one person just really has no interest in. I have other friends that don't have any terminal illnesses, and then they're not having sex with their partners or husbands or wives, and they should. So these people should have a discussion. Say, listen, we're not having sex. Do you have a problem with me going out and having sex with someone else?
I love that.
You do?
Yeah.
Good.
I mean, that's a very, very challenging conversation to have, and requires love on a lot of love and trust on both ends.
Yeah.
But that is a very hard thing for a dying person to accept. Like, oh, okay, I'm gonna die, and I want the best for my partner, and I know that involves them preparing themselves to move on from me.
Yeah.
Oy. Oh
my God, you sound like a 90-year-old Jewish. You sound like the cartoon version of yourself.
I mean, could you imagine that? It's such a sad thing.
Well, not necessarily.
It's a sad and loving thing.
Yeah.
It's bittersweet.
Sad and loving. Bittersweet.
Okay. Moving on.
Moving on. I thought now is the time for mom's news.
Okay, perfect.
Mom's news.
Mom's news.
This, I just could not believe this. This is I don't even know where this is. SW, whatever it is. SW is some sort of website. And
it's called Scoop Whoop.com.
Okay,
What
Scoop
the
Whoop.
fuck
I don't know, but
website did you put in here?
I found 13 unusual sexual practices from around the world, and I can't read them all. Just a couple of them here
What the
struck
fuck
my.
is Scoop Whoop?
I don't know, but these are interesting little tidbits of information that you couldn't get when you'd go on a tour of the world.
How do you even come across this article? How do you come across Scoop Whoop?
I was searching for some interesting mom's news, and I found some. So will you stop bothering me so I can
Okay.
go ahead and explain
Sorry.
one of them? Number one, boys and girls of the Sambian tribe have to drink semen. Okay. There's a tribe of New Guinea. By the way, your grandfather loved Papua New Guinea. And I guess they have a tradition of separating their boys and the girls at the age of 7 to 10 years. During this period, they undergo piercings, nose bleeds, and have to drink the semen of the tribe's mightiest warriors. Game over. Very strange, right?
What is game over?
That's what they wrote. Game over. I don't know what that means. Game over. I didn't write that. They're just. That's just a little
These
commentary.
young kids are like growing up pounding semen of the.
Yes,
I don't like that.
that was okay. Well, let's just skip ahead then to ones that I thought was interesting. Number 3, in Mangia, older women have sex with young boys. In Mangia, an island of the South Pacific Ocean, boys around the age of 13 have sex with older women who teach them the intricacies of the act and how best to please their partners.
Oh, wow.
And then they say, one-way ticket, please. Ha, ha, ha. Har, har, hardy, har, har.
Yeah, that's probably because a fucking 13-year-old boy wrote this article for scoopwhoop.com.
But isn't that wild?
That is
I
wild.
mean, that's
I
what
like
I always
that.
say the attraction of cougars are, because they can teach.
Do you think it was an older woman that actually wrote this article that is saying, I want a one-way ticket?
No, because no, I don't think so. But this is interesting. In rural Austria, young women do a ritual dance with sliced apples, apple slices stuffed in their armpits. After the dance, each gives her slice to the man of her choice, and he then eats it.
See, I would like that.
You would not like that. You would never.
I would like that a lot.
You would. I could just see you eating an apple that was in someone's armpit.
I love apples. You know how I feel about fruit. I don't care. And if she's expressing affection for me, when giving me fruit, it makes it very obvious to me that she's interested. I love it.
Okay, this one I think I love. The Krunang tribe builds love huts where teenage girls can have sex with different men till they find the one. With the Krung tribe in Cambodia, the elders build a love hut for their teenage daughters. Different boys spend the night here day after day until she finds a suitable partner who is then with her for life. I always say, you know what? Finding a partner, you never go take the first car that you try. This is the example of the one. You don't take the first man that you find attractive. You just keep going until you find the suitable partner. I think this is a good idea.
I don't know about this.
Okay.
I don't know about that.
I think this is another interesting one that I never thought about, but it makes sense. In certain Nepali tribes, brothers share one woman. Some Nepali tribes in the Himalayas practice polyandry. Basically, all the brothers share one woman so they don't have too many children for their limited farmland.
Oh, that's interesting.
And I'm going to tell you a little personal story. My grandmother, Pauline, may she rest in peace, and her sister married 2 brothers.
Oh, wow.
How cool is that? So maybe they were practicing what the Nepalis do.
No, not really.
Well, it's sort of similar.
Not really.
Okay, not really.
That's pretty. Their kids are both going to share a very similar DNA.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
Potentially.
Well, so I maybe have DNA of my, like.
This is probably why I got fucked up toes.
It probably is, except that it was the other side of the family. They had the fucked up toes. Anyway, that's enough for mom's news. Mom's news. Mom's news.
Mom's news. I was looking at my toes this weekend. They're actually kind of fine.
Oh,
I
after
wanna
all
revise
this
that
shit
statement.
that you have
Yeah.
given me about your goddamn toes and the responsibility I have to take because I put you in these tiny shoes. That's
Yeah.
bullshit. All right.
I want to read a listener text. How about that?
I would love it.
Bray says, "Hey guys, love your podcast. I listen to you daily on my commute to work. I work with kids with autism, so I need some good laughs before work. So thank you. That is hard work, and I
It must be
admire
really
you for
hard
doing
work.
it.
Yeah. I'm so glad we can provide you with the laughs.
Yep. Anyway, let's cut to the chase. My girlfriend and I have been together for 4 years. We had a mini break while we were doing long distance, but now live together. My problem is our sex life. We barely have sex, and it's not something I'm used to. She and I used to have such a sexual connection, and now it just feels dead. I try to engage, but it seems the only time she engages is when she's drinking. We've talked and kept open communication, but she says either she feels insecure in her body or certain positions hurt her, and she thinks this is linked to a prior UTI or that it's because we are living with family right now. This is to save for a house. We talk all the time, and she's going to get back in the gym, go to therapy, etc., but things seem to be dwindling. We have a great love for each other, stable and communicate well, but our sex life is just blah. I know I'm not boring in bed, and that's not to toot my own horn, but I'm not sure what else to do. I'm 27 and she's 25. This shouldn't be an issue. Any advice for us?
You got advice, Cam?
I don't
What?
know. I actually don't have any advice.
No advice. No advice.
I not that I can think of off the top of my head.
I got some advice.
Yeah, I figured you'd have some advice.
We got to do a lot of massaging.
Oh, that's a good piece of advice.
Yeah.
Get her
lot
in
of
the
massage.
mood.
Get her in the mood.
Oh, I like this line of thought. You can set the candles, the playlist. You use our
Yeah.
Inner Pro playlist.
Yeah. Put on a little porn, soft porn, if you will, or the audio porn.
It's interesting. She talks about how she feels insecure in her body or certain positions hurt.
Yeah, that concerned me a little bit. So maybe make sure that she's all checked out from a doctor.
But I also think that you reiterate, maybe she just needs to hear that you think she's beautiful and, you know,
Well, she's
if
got to
you
believe
sincerely
this.
mean this. Huh?
She has to believe it.
Yeah, so you can remind her of all the wonderful things. Sometimes I need to hear positive things about me
Your penis?
despite having if you say my penis is a beautiful golden rod, that's going to make me feel better.
Right. I mean, they talk about having open communication though, so I'm not sure if he's.
But that doesn't
I
necessarily
don't
mean
even know
he's
if it's a guy
complimenting
or a
her
girl.
and
How do you
expressing
know it's a
affection.
guy? It may be a girl. I don't. It may be a guy or a girl. Who knows who this is?
All right, whatever. You get the point.
Yeah. So the point is that my advice would be more communication outside of the bedroom, about the bedroom, more cuddling and intimacy, more massaging, more playing with toys.
Yeah. And if, by the way, if you want to learn erotic massages, I think a great place to start is at pleasuremechanics.com.
Yes, they're great. They're awesome.
And I think if you use our code MOM, you will get a discount on your course. And they
that'd be
teach
amazing.
a couples erotic massage course. It's supposed to be very good.
It's awesome. I could tell you because I've seen it.
And those are the experts that came on to talk about anal.
The ones who want to
times.
stick their fist into Cam's ass.
Yeah. Yep. That's right.
Anyway, I hope that helps this person, and just let us know if any of that stuff worked. And also, there's always professional help that you can seek. Because there are people out there that are sexologists. Actually, one of my friends, Dr. Nancy Sutton Pierce, you can look her up on Instagram or wherever you see social media, Facebook or whatever, and she does private counseling via Zoom. So you might be able to get some more help from her.
Yeah, it could be a variety of factors, including the fact that you're at your family's house. So,
yeah, I was thinking about that. It's not that comfortable to be in someone else's house having sex.
yeah.
It's a little awkward.
So, yeah, there could be a lot of factors going on. Be patient. Be loving. You'll get through it. Maybe see the therapist is a good idea.
Just use a lot of lube if she's feeling the sex is uncomfortable.
Oh, that's a great point, too. Uber lube.
Uber lube.
Fucking
Uber
love
lube
Uber
to save the
lube.
day. I love Uber lube. It helps with everything in terms of your vaginal area or your anal area or actually even your hair.
It's a high-grade silicone lubricant made with just a little vitamin E and silicone. And the vitamin E is very good for your skin. Thousands of doctors recommend Uber lube. So this might be perfect for this person, actually. if they're experiencing any pain or dryness.
That's right. And it's like a perfect blend. It's not like too thick. It's not too thin. It's just right.
It just leaves the right amount of a layer on top of it, so you're not fucking drenched in this sticky shit.
But it still offers you a nice, good slide.
By the way, I've heard actually that if you have some erectile dysfunction issues, you have trouble getting it up, it can actually help stimulate the penis and make it get in the mood, basically.
I 100% agree with that.
I highly recommend it for people who suffer from that issue, and just test out to see if lube might be the answer.
And as we know, the clit is a mini penis. So if the penis is getting stimulated by the lube, the clit would also get stimulated by the lube.
Everyone is stimulated by the lube. It's a wonderful thing. And right now,
it's a universal stimulation.
And right now, you can get 10% off and free shipping when you use code MOM at uberlube.com. That's 10% off and free shipping. Just use code MOM at uberlube.com.
That's awesome.
Like that?
Uberlube to save the day.
Uberlube, we fucking love Uberlube. I want to read a listener text. How about that?
I would love it.
It's actually a voicemail. How about that?
Even better.
I'm going to play it right now.
Hey Cam, hey Karen Lee. This is Kenzie, Aquarius, 31 years old. I have a really great story about golden showers that I would love to share with y'all. Okay, so I am a very spacey person, and I often type in text messages and don't send them to people, or try to go to an event, and when I get somewhere along the purchase process for the ticket, I space out and do something else, and I think that I've bought tickets for an event, and I haven't. And this happened with Hump, and day of the show, go to look for my tickets, and I can't find them, and I'm like, oh no, I did that thing again. And so I look on the Facebook event page, and there's someone selling them. The guy was actually scoped him out on Facebook and was like, hey, this guy's kind of cute. And so I meet them before the show, get the ticket, sit with my friend, and we watch the show, and it's great. And afterwards, she knows a group of people that are getting together in this really cool place where people get to store wine. So they rent out coolers, and they're temperature controlled, and there's a little private bar there. So we go into this building, and we're all hanging out in this bar, drinking someone's wine collection. And me and the guy I bought the ticket from are chatting, and he's being flirty. And we start talking about how many movies we saw where people were spitting into each other's mouths. And God, this sounds like a nightmare post-COVID, but pre-COVID, it was kind of hot. And he asked if he could spit in my mouth, or started feeding me like White Claw and rosé, baby bird style, and we just start spitting into each other's mouths and making out. And at some point I look at my friend and I'm like, do you think this guy is legit? And she says yes. So I go home with him. We hook up. We're having a great time. A really great kind of one-night stand situation for not knowing the person. Like, the sexual chemistry was on. And he made me squirt. And then later he looked at me and asked if I wanted to pee on him. So I was kind of taken aback. I laughed. I honestly have the bladder of a camel and am great on road trips, like can hold a lot of pee in, and had been drinking a bit. And I laughed at him and was like, are you really sure you want to do that? And he said it was basically the same thing as making me squirt. And I knew that really wasn't the case, but I obliged. So we went to the shower, and I peed on him in the shower, like a whole lot of warm, but very watery drunk pee. And then afterwards, like, I'm talking about like face, mouth, the whole deal. It was pretty awesome. And then afterwards he asked if he could pee on me, and I figured, like, we're in the shower, the water's running, it's fine. So I let him pee on me, And then we showered off, and we ended up being kind of like a friends with benefits situation for a couple months, and it was really fun. So, kind of a weird hump golden shower success story. But that's my only experience with golden showers. I don't know if I would do it out of an actual shower unless I was just outside and only peeing on someone. Definitely not trying to get peed on. But that's my story. Thanks for listening. Have a good one, y'all.
Holy shit, you sneaky freaks. Did you love that story? I love that fucking story. There were so many parts of
Thank you very much,
story.
Kenzie.
I loved it. I fucking loved it. I just, I relate to the spaciness, by the way, from the beginning of the story.
I thought of you immediately when she said that.
I can't tell you how. I've gone to the wrong hotels. I've just messed up so many tickets. I bought the wrong way on an airplane ticket. I can relate. As a matter of fact, I think I get more things wrong than right usually. Okay, but I cannot relate to the bladder part because I have a very small bladder.
I think I could end up with a nice stream if I really wanted to
Okay, now
pee on someone.
is there something that would you like? Now, Sneaky Freaks, if you did not hear our last episode, it was about golden showers.
Right.
So
that's why she's giving us her golden
she's
shower story.
giving shower stories, and if you guys have stories, we will not yuck your yum at all. We promise, and you should just send them our way via the yellow
this was
stream.
sent to it was a voice memo that she recorded on her phone, and she sent it to our email.
Phone number? What's our phone number?
No, it was our email that she sent it to.
I
so
know,
it's
but you can send it
sextalkwithmymom@gmail.com, where you send a voice memo. That's probably the easiest way.
Not on a community.
No.
Okay. Anyway, what were your thoughts on the participating in the pee story?
First of all, she said he made her squirt. How does that happen?
Do you want to make someone squirt?
I'm just curious. How does that exactly happen?
You know how this happened. We've had people talk about squirting.
You just first of all touch the right little button area.
No, well, the other part of it is that not everybody can do this. And also apparently, and it's something I would never even do because of the fact that I'm always feeling I have to go to the bathroom. That you have to have some urine in your urethra area. You do. You have to have the urine.
Your urethra or your bladder?
Your bladder. I don't know. Whatever. I'm not an authority on this whole thing. I can just tell you that I don't think I want to be peed on because I'm certain I may vomit if I get someone
You
pees
would
on
vomit if someone peed on you?
Yeah, I don't think I like that idea of urine on me. I'm not, like I said, I'm not yucking anybody's yum. And I'm kind of boring and vanilla anyway, but that's the part that I don't think I'd be into.
I'm very impressed by her openness. She's birding with the alcohol.
I actually put a note to myself to talk about that baby birding and the spitting in each other's mouths.
Yeah.
Because I once had a guy inadvertently spit in my mouth while we were having sex and I almost threw up. And B,
wait, he's like humping away and suddenly
he's drooling into my mouth. I literally
accidentally came out into your mouth.
Yeah, I almost threw up.
How did that happen? I guess it's quite obvious. His mouth was a bit too agape. And I did not like that. Okay, but I don't. It happens, that kind of thing. But in this case, it reminded me of you when you were on the Human Fountain show. Yeah, it did.
And I was wondering
as well.
It was wondering if the fountains pee on each other into each other's mouths.
I don't think they do.
Okay, that's good to
know. But I wouldn't put it past them that they've.
I would not put it past them
done
either.
some piss play.
Piss play. So anyway, I'd love to hear from the Sneaky Freaks about the piss play and whether or not that'd be something that would turn them on.
Yeah,
would it turn you on?
I don't know if it would turn me on. Would I partake if someone asked me to pee on them? Probably. Would I want them to reciprocate? I think I'd have to decide. Like, I bet, it's. You got to be in the mindset. You got to be a little. She's tipsy in this situation. They're already doing some weird shit. At that point, she's in the shower. It's a quick thing. I don't know.
No, they weren't in the shower. They had to get into the shower to do this.
They were going in the shower. I don't know. If I could pretend like it's just water, fine. But it certainly wouldn't turn me on.
In the mouth?
Right now.
You would have someone pee in your mouth.
No. No, I wouldn't like that. I wouldn't. Like
I
that
wish
at
I
all.
was as free spirited as this girl is.
Kenzie is a friend of mine, and she is very free spirited.
Yeah, I wish I could be like that. That's probably where I draw the line, but it's not.
Thank you for that story, Kenzie.
Anyway, I got another story here.
Yep.
Not really a story, but I'd like to talk about something from Uplifting Yoga. This person writes, "Hey, Cam and Karen Lee. First, I just want to say I'm a huge fan of the show, listening over here in London in the UK, and love telling people about it whenever I wear my gray STWMM shirt. That's Sex Talk with My Mom shirt. She has one, and I think
hell
that's
yes.
awesome. Having just and it's a great way to talk about the show. Because
Very fun
people will
way
walk
to
up and
open
say,
the
"What is that?
conversation.
What does that mean, STWMM?" And then you say,
Oh,
"Oh,
yeah.
that means." And if you want to get that, go to the merch tab on our website. Anyway, having just listened to the latest episode, Golden Showers, I think the idea of a sneaky free community playlist is great. I'm very happy to contribute towards with a Spotify playlist I made at university called the Inappropriate List, which I think is adorable. It's not exactly used for sex.
In a pro playlist, Mom.
Oh, even better. I just saw an inappropriate list. Inappropriate. Oh, that's even better. That's clever. In a pro playlist. It's not exactly used for sex hookups, though. It was specifically made so I could take over house parties at a certain point, commandeer the music, and get people in the mood. I hope you enjoy. And she gave
Hell
us
yes.
this Spotify playlist.
We're gonna make a communal Spotify playlist because we also got playlists from Mackenzie B and Kenzie. So we got a lot of contributors as it is, and I think that creating a playlist to get people in the mood is a great idea.
Well, I have a large playlist already, as you know, but it's only for our patrons. Sorry.
So we're gonna start. We'll create a Sex Talk with My Mom playlist,
Oh, yeah.
and we'll let everyone know how to access that on Spotify to contribute to it. All right.
Do you have to have music on when you have sex, Cam?
No. Do you?
Yes, I like to set the mood.
You're also saying this like it happens all the time, like that I'm having sex so regularly that every time I need to have music.
So you
on.
don't care what kind of sounds in the background. You're just so happy that you're having sex. You could
I
give
can
a
hear a
shit.
pin drop.
How
I
would you
don't care
feel if someone?
how silent it is.
Would you like it if someone's on top of you and spits in your mouth? Drools in your mouth.
You're at that point. You're already kissing the person, so it's more of just funny as opposed to like disgusting.
Okay, so you don't care.
I don't care.
You're actually getting kinkier than I thought you were.
Look at that. I wouldn't be necessarily turned on by it, but I wouldn't be like, "Ew, that's drool in my mouth."
I wonder if people feel that way now that COVID's going on. I would definitely not be happy.
You're already kissing the person.
That is true.
Maybe
and
I'm
fucking
assuming
and
that
exchanging
people are-
body language
Yeah.
and body fluids.
I want to read a YouTube comment by SirRatch509. He decided after 5 years of putting out our first video to make a comment on it. He wrote, this isn't a reflection on our first podcast preview, number 1. He says, "Dude's a virgin, mom's a hoe."
Oh, excuse me.
Yep, he said that. SirRatch509.
I have to thank you for saying that, Sir Rich. I take that as an extreme compliment.
You like being called a hoe?
Oh, yeah.
That is
And
hilarious.
now, he hasn't even seen my latest bathing suits, which,
Oh
by the
my
way, you
God.
can see on TikTok. Woohoo!
This is why you got bathing suits, to get more followers on TikTok.
Well, I can't wear the same bathing suit all the time.
Jesus. All right, moving right along. Kristen says, "What do spaghetti and girls have in common? They're both straight until they're wet. But for real, are any girls these days really straight, or are we all just settling because the dudes are so one-dimensional?"
That's a little hostile there, Kristen, but I don't know what that means. What the hell does that mean, Cam?
I think that I think younger generations are actually way more open-minded to playing with where gender is not as important, and
Yeah.
especially women, it seems.
But there seems like a little critical element by saying that dudes are so one-dimensional.
I noticed that line, and
Cam, you're farther from one-dimensional.
you think I'm multifaceted and three-dimensional?
I I don't know what the hell dimension you're in the fifth dimension.
I'm two-dimensional. TOO.
Oh,
too many dimensions.
You're too many dimensions, especially if you're on a beach.
That's exactly right.
Anyway, so I don't know what to say about that.
All right. Should we start closing it down, wrapping it up? I wanted to thank everyone that has left us a review. Wherever you're leaving a review, it's super, super helpful. And you can find out the easiest way to leave a review by going to ratethispodcast.com/mom. Mother, do you want to read a review?
I freaking love you guys and hope I can build a relationship with my kids one of these days and be able to talk openly. 5 stars, ASHP0512.
Thank you, Ash P.
Thank you.
And thank you to all of our patrons for making our show possible, keeping our lights on. We're doing a patron party very soon, so join us there if you want to Zoom with all the rest.
Patreon.com/sextalkwithmymom. It is a membership platform at a very low amount of money or whatever your budget can afford, but it's a way that you get to feel like sort of like a part of our team as a sneaky freak to know that you're helping us out, because it is costly to put this on week by week and can continue to promote it.
If you're enjoying this podcast, send us a few bucks. It's a way to just show support. We really appreciate it and encourages us to keep making this. And our newest patrons are Jabberwock TSC and Cheryl B. Welcome to the family. We're excited to have you as part of our patrons, and we look forward to seeing you on the next Zoom. We're going to hope to put out a little bonus episode for you guys one of these days, maybe this week or next, so stay tuned for that as well. We want to thank everyone for listening, for tuning in with your comments and questions. Feel free to send us those voicemails at sextalkwithmymom@gmail.com. You can also text us at 310-356-3920. We love hearing from you. And please share this with a friend.
And let me tell you about the birds and the bees and the flowers and the trees, and hearing about camping experiences. Nah, that was a bad one.
Mm-hmm. That was a bad one.
Yeah. I got nothing.
All right. Well, we'll end on that wonderful little rhyme. Love you guys.
Love you.
Bye.